Alright, so I'm thinking that all of the audio that I did while I recorded this did not capture. So 20 minutes. Alright. So here's my home. I'm up basically at 0, 0. I built my bed over 64 above, where I have my village, very, very well laid out village. I have my iron farm right in the middle. So I kind of look at that, and I got my bed way up there, like Mount Olympus looking thing. And the yellow cube is the outline of how far the village can extend if another bed or job block is in that yellow. The red is placed at the village boundaries, and I'm gonna go down here a little bit. You'll see I'm not very good with a keyboard. I'm really so much better with a mount with a controller. There's my iron farm and my village, and I got it very, very well structured. But here's my factory built around a mob farm. Now I'm going to go down my normal walking entrance, and it's just bubble columns. I'm gonna go down, and I didn't mean to get off on this floor, which I don't come back to this floor. That's where my colored dyes and concrete are made. So here's my new normal platform. I got some bamboo and sugarcane there. Got some cactus that it spawns up. And here's, I'm pointing out I'm at the desert. So I'm at negative 26 and 125. Negative 28, 130, I'm in the deep ocean. And I jump over here to the jagged peaks. And I'm over here at the cold ocean. So it's the four corners that I mentioned in that little map that I got a little square. And right in the middle there is the kill chamber, is the drop chute from the mob farm above. Let's see, where do I go? What do I do? I'm going to turn it on. And it's just a trident killer. I did put an obsidian floor in there because even times that I was just letting it go, a creeper would blow up. It probably happened 3 times. But I put an obsidian floor in there to keep it from screwing up the hopper minecart collection system underneath. So we're gonna go and back up to the top and look at how the inside is laid out. And here I'm gonna spend a second and try to figure out how to turn the lights on but keep the gold farm off. Oops, I turned the gold farm on. So let me get some redstone to connect that circuit back, because it's like a locking circuit. So it locks the clock. And then I'm like, oh, I want to turn the lights on. So I'm going to come down here, turn on the lights, but it also turns on the gold farm, because that locking no longer keeps the clock off. And I'm like, oh, how am I? Oh, yeah, I left a switch up here. So I turn the switch off, and the gold farm turns off. So now I have lights on, so we can see a little bit, and the gold farm's not running. So we can go in here, and we're in creative, so I mean, I would not dare go in this direction in survival. That'd be crazy. All right, so in here, I've got the different platforms in the 4 different regions, 4 different biomes that are all meeting at these 4 corners. In the jagged peaks, I have the platform set at 60 because the wiki for strays say it only spawn between 60 and 66. Below that, I'm able to put a creeper-only farm because I height limited it with trapdoors. Over here at the desert section, I moved it down a little bit, so instead of at 60, its platforms are at 58. And I'll show that here in a couple minutes why I did that. And below it, one little creeper only spawning platform. The deep ocean, I just got it left open, so that's where a bunch of drowned spawn. And then I point out the turtle eggs, and that's just me being creative and trying to find other ways to attract husks and zombies to come off of the platforms. Then I come over here to the cold ocean, where I've broken down and put a bunch of creeper platforms. Though drowned still do spawn, between the platforms. So I still get a few drowned here, and I kind of point that out. Here is the sections, the space, one space between the platforms, that's still open to the sky. So it's open. No solid blocks above it, basically. So creeper drowned will still spawn there. So I point that out, and then here's where I show the different things that I took from Prowl's most recent mob farm that I did a few months ago, whatever, with the coral fan along the edges, grindstone along the ledges in the water, and here I point out I got cats over there. Cats encourage the creepers to run away. So yeah, coral fans, and I probably did show out the grindstones, and that's in his logic is, and I completely understand that. The coral fan is better than trapdoors, and the grindstone is the one block that he found that things can't jump back up on with the water. So I've laid those out on each of my ledges. And here I point out my killing chamber is 20, 21 down, 21 blocks down. And so some of these things are falling from 21, 22. If you start falling from 23, you're going to get in trouble. So I point out here at Y47-ish, I got a little band of water. So everything is basically falling like 19. Because things that were falling from the upper platforms and even the zombie piglins from up above that, they'd be falling 25, 30. There's a chance that a zombie piglet could fall from where he falls off the ledge, and he falls 35. Well, you're going to get the drop from it dying, but not the drop from a player kill like you do with a trident kill. So you definitely want to keep killing things with tridents, not from fall damage. It's fall damage, you get something, but you don't get the looting if you have a looting sword enabled, which I don't right now. So here I am working my way out, which is always difficult with a keyboard for me. I'm so much better with a controller. I usually play on my Xbox, but my screen recording software is on my computer. So here's my gold farm in action. I point out I use Prowl, and Prowl has another method for building that with using buckets of snow and the crafter to make flint and steel. Try to point that out here. So I'm automatically throwing in iron ingots and flint. So here I'm going to make my way back down. I'm going to switch over from gold to the normal mob farm. Thought I saw something, but nothing. So here I'm going to start showing off some things. I mean, it's killing some of the last of the zombie piglins. Kids take forever to die, it seems. I don't know why. What do I do now? Oh, I'm going to show you Foxy No-Tails improved his addons marker. It's now in the add-on store. You have to pay for it, but it works so much better. You choose Spawn Sphere, and this is real close to where I would normally AFK from. In fact, I probably do AFK closer to that glass panel than I do standing right in front. But this shows you that inside the green circle, nothing's going to spawn. Inside the red circle, everything's going to spawn. And inside, outside the red circle, nothing will spawn if you were standing at that point. So I'm going to go back in here. Always an effort. Everything in here is inside the red circle, just outside the green circle. And up here I point out that in the desert section, because its platform is at 58, the back corner is caught. It's inside the spawnable area. here in a second, I'm going to go over to the jagged peaks, and I'm going to show that because it's up 2 levels at 60, its back corner is not in the spawnable area. So it's just a little bit higher, so I get a few less strays and, the other things that spawn in jagged peaks. So, and this is just a really good tool to figure out where the edges of your, edges of your spawning platforms need to be, because you need to be up to that. Because anything past that point I could probably go a little bit bigger, but obviously my layout is kind of set now. Go a little bit bigger because I'm always moving around this platform that I'm on now. I'm either working over in the stone generator area or the sand generator area or the moss generated area. So my position is changing constantly. But right there in the middle, standing on the floor, just in front of the killing chamber, is probably the default. Here's where I'm going to AFK. So here I'm showing some item elevators, setting stuff up. Here I come and point out my moss generator, which there's a decent video on this, and I'm like, oh, why is this on? So I go down here and I turn it off. And I didn't mean to do that. Go back up here, and it's off. Cool. And here's I show where my surplus of bone meal I send over to the moss generator. And there's just a ton. It's just full. That whole hopper chain is so full. I think after this, I look down at that's where the geode is. And I pretty much, being in creative mode, I've reorganized that to just be an automatic amethyst farm. It looks at one side of 4 different source blocks. At any time those things mature 4 times, and you got a full shard, it'll pop it off. And I've got several stacks worth. Here I put a creaking with a creaking heart. I'll break this, and you'll see that I've got Jeff in here. Oh, Tom. I got Tom in here because he's name tagged. He won't go away. Over here, and I'm like, oh, here's my circuit for what I do with my amber. And I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to look at it because I combine it with sand to make red sandstone. And oh, no. Crap. And if anybody knows, I'm probably going to link this, how to build this, the inspiration I got for this 2-item crafting setup. Basically, you keep the crafter full, and you have hoppers going in that when they are full, it turns the auto crafter on. So yeah, I'm gonna go back and fix this. Right there, I fly right by the potions sorter and the single item sorter. The red thing you'll see off in the corner sometimes, not talking about it, that is my allay sorter, which picks out leather boots, leather pants, leather chest plate, tridents, bows, basically all the wooden stuff, all the leather stuff, and throws that stuff away for the leather stuff, or here I'm going over here I'm going over the part of the factory that just sorts all my different sand products, red sand products, and all my amber brick products. Eventually I'm going to get down here to the tuff products, which those are drops from the strays. All of this is with multiple sorting systems and crafting systems and smelting systems, which I'm going to swing around the back of this here in a second, and you can get a pretty decent look at that, how big of a task that is to put all that together. There's my ambers all sorted out into its 5 or 6 different varieties, red sandstone into its 7 or 8 different varieties, sandstone into its 7 or 8 different varieties, and tuff into its 12 different varieties. All of this was inspired by, and I'll get around to the north side of this factory here in a second. Here's where the smelting goes for smooth red sandstone. And over here in a second, I'm going to point out the smelting for the different regular smooth sandstone. But all this was inspired by that big setup, which I'm going to come and fly in behind it. And it's just huge. I've got like 16 different things going on up here. And I get down here. A lot of these item elevators are just for, hey, I want to turn these 5 stacks of cobblestone into cobblestone slabs. So I'm just going to send an easy way to do that. And down here, you'll see, we're going to start out cobblestone slabs, cobblestone stairs, cobblestone walls, mossy cobblestone slabs, mossy cobblestone stairs. Get up to stone slabs, stone stairs, smooth stone slabs, stone bricks, smooth stone bricks, just all the way up to chiseled stone blocks. Anything that you can make from cobblestone in a building block, I've sorted out to like those 15. Those all come from way down here. This is below everything else. And this is to that other link for the automatic cobblestone generator, which we'll get a glimpse of here in a minute, because I'm actually going to come up here and mess with the TNT, because I just keep it primed. It's just full. Like, oops, I accidentally took some out. I got a 10 over here. Now I got to do something with it. Figure out going up. I need to get it in that chest, and that's what activates the circuit. See it, everything's flashing. Bam. Cobblestone goes down there. So as I'm generating TNT, it fills that circuit up there and activate once. And it took me a while to get this circuit right to where it will make 2 to 3 layers of cobblestone and then throw a TNT at it. And here in a second, I'm going to go and show where I get my TNT from. And obviously that is from the sand that is dropped from the husks and the gunpowder that is dropped from the creepers. Here's where I point out everything down here is obsidian and water. And that just feeds my cobblestone factory way over the other side. So that is my TNT 2 crafting ingredient auto crafter. So TNT, half of it goes into storage, so I've got quite a bit. The other half of it, basically sort. Half of it goes into storage, the other half goes down to the cobblestone. And see, that's all set up, everything is full. Its feeder system, and I'll get over here better here in a second. Full. I got sand for days. But if you notice on the other side, the feeder going in needs 2 more gunpowder. So once I get 2 more gunpowder in there, which I can get that from the next creeper that dies, it'll make a TNT and get sorted down and might go down and go boom boom on some more cobblestone, which will feed that factory all the way on the other side. 1 minute left. All right, what else did I do? These little rockets I show off. This is the other thing I do with the gunpowders. I make rockets, and its gunpowder chain is full, stream is full, but the paper, I pretty much am waiting on paper, which I almost got. I get 1 more paper, it'll make a rocket. And I get my paper from the sugar cane over here opposite my bamboo, and it's just a passive one. And it goes, it goes up further to the second level where the dyes are and the concrete pattern. I only have 6 colors: black, white, light gray, gray, green, and light green because of the cactus. That's it. Yeah. I hope this helps you with yours. I hope I got the video this time. Or the audio this time.